And now, a word from
Infirmary Media.
Hey dudes and dudettes, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Be Kind and Rewind podcast, a podcast chock full of everything nostalgic about the 80s, 90s, and more with retro celebrity interviews and movie commentaries. I'm your host, Carlos. In this episode, it's cookie time.
Cookie
It's
time.
Because we're celebrating the 30-year anniversary for Troop Beverly Hills, starring Shelley Long with a fact-filled movie commentary. So joining me, as always, is my awesome wife, Sara.
Hello, everyone.
This is right up your alley again.
I asked for it.
Yeah, you asked for it and you shall receive.
Thank you.
Yes. So Troop Beverly Hills, here we are, 30 years.
Right after cookie season, so hopefully everybody bust out the ones that are left over in the freezer.
Hopefully we got some Thin Mints in the freezer waiting for you.
Have any leftovers of Easter candy or
Oh, there's no leftovers in this household.
So hopefully
not when it comes to candy.
some of you guys have some Girl Scout cookies you can bust out.
Yeah, no, get it out. I mean, we have our own little snack tray right here because you can't watch Troop Beverly Hills without getting a little snacks, especially when it comes to cookie time.
It's so true.
It is. Yes, like I said, 30-year anniversary. In 1989, this movie came out.
All right. I was 2 years old.
All right. See, you got the math down quick this time. Last time it took you a little bit to get that math, but yeah, 2 years. I was a sprite 5 years old
Woo,
when the movie
look
came
at you
out.
go.
But I do remember watching this a lot at my babysitters. I told you my babysitters back in the day had like every movie
Everything
ever.
on VHS, yeah.
Yeah, and so this was part of the repertoire. So we watched.
We gotta
this.
see if there's any like photos of Julie's. There's gotta be something out there.
Zach can attest to this.
Yeah, but we need like if we could just show this. I want to see this.
Well, I'll have to have. Yeah, well, I think my mom might have something,
Yeah.
but
Either
like
that or she's
it was
got
so
it.
big that it had its own little Rolodex,
Which is amazing. Like
Yeah.
there's got to be photo evidence of this.
there-
So if
I
you can
hope
find
so.
it,
And
I'm
shout out
sure
to Julie
your
again.
viewers would love to see it, like where the inspiration started and was fueled.
Yeah, no, thanks to Julie. Those the movie fueled babysitting days. 1989 came out March 24th, 1989. Shelley Long, she was in the middle or toward the end of her run on Cheers. Did you ever watch Cheers?
I was a year and a half old.
Well, I'm saying like afterward.
Oh, not really.
No, did Shell Dog or Kenneth get it down on it?
No, my mom was watching Sex in the City, and my dad still is obsessed with Wheel of Fortune. So
Okay,
yeah.
so he was just watching Vanna White since like the early 80s. Okay.
80s, yeah. So
It also has Craig T. Nelson from Coach.
Oh, okay,
Remember
okay,
from
okay.
back in the day? This is like mid 90s. He was with the other Van Dyke. I forget his name. And then we had Betty Thomas. She plays Velda. She's the evil scoutmaster.
Oh yes.
But she's a director. This is like her last movie, I guess. So she
Okay.
becomes a director. She directed the Brady Bunch movie.
So I'm gonna pretend to not listen to a lot of these facts, so the mystery of this movie will still remain the same. I want the glory of it to still be the same.
It will be. It will be. There's not much to hide for this one. It's pretty great. It's pretty underrated.
True and honest. Oh no, it is not underrated.
It is. If you want to see what the box office is like, it had $18 million box office. Guess how much or budget? How much do you think it made?
So wait, what?
$18 million was the budget they gave to make this movie.
Okay.
How much do you think it made at
20.
the box office? $8.5 million.
Oh, okay. Lauren Houseman and I probably made up for like 8 of that.
so yeah, see, they have you to thank for it.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite do so well at the box office, but
Dang.
it did become a cult classic, they say.
I mean, these days it would definitely be like a Pitch Perfect 2. It would be up there.
Yeah, no, it would be, and it has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
With only 13 reviews, so not too many critics gave it any of their actual attention, but the ones who did
It's
didn't
like
it.
a shame, but not a shame because it's glorious.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I don't want any of this ripped to shreds.
Shelley Long is underrated with her comedy because she does
Again,
this and
it's
she's
not
done.
this is not an underrated movie.
The
It
Brady
is
Bunch movie, and then
glorious.
also she did She's done some Modern Family episodes as well. So yeah, so we're here to watch Troop Beverly Hills. So without further ado, let's just get into it here. because you don't
It's
want to.
cookie
We don't want to
time.
dilly dally like that, like you hate us doing.
Oh yeah. Let's keep the ball moving.
Get
Unless
the ball
I
moving.
sing the
So
song,
for those
everybody.
following along, we're at the title card for Troop Beverly Hills, the Weintraub title card. So let's go ahead and get it going in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, so 1989, March 24th. So we're about a month late on the celebration, but we're still celebrating.
Love the intro.
Now, cartoon intros were huge in late 80s, early 90s. I think it was like Christmas Vacation, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, that is true.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I can't reach the candy. Thank you.
I got you. There you go. Weekend at Bernie's. They all had the cartoon intro. You don't see it too often anymore. They need to bring that back.
I 100% agree. And I hope that this movie never gets remade. I will state that.
I
never.
think I've heard rumors that it might.
No, never.
They could bring everybody back. Craig T. Nelson's still pretty
Why?
relevant. Shelley Long. And all the girls who've grown up, they could bring their daughters in or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like too good.
It's too good.
Too good. Don't mess with it.
Well, this is animation. Look, any familiar to you at all?
No.
It's the John Krasinski who created Ren and Stimpy. So he worked on the animation for this.
Okay. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, and if you're still watching this intro, yes, this is one of the longest intros of all time.
How long?
It's clocked at like 2.5 minutes.
What?
Like an intro should be like 30 seconds to a minute. This is like 8% of the movie.
Everybody got a credit.
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool animation. It looks like it does look like a Ren and Stimpy episode to me. It definitely holds up, but I don't think we
She
needed
got a
this
new
long of an
fingernail.
intro.
Yes, girl. See, this is how I like wanted to live my life. I was a tomboy, but I, liked the girlier things.
Mm-hmm. Well, for those who want to celebrate the 30-year anniversary, the Beverly Hills Hotel is offering a Troop Beverly Hills package. Yes.
How did I not know about this, and why are we not going?
Included in the package.
Wait, has it already happened?
Are
Is
massages.
it year round?
Huh?
Is it year round?
No, I think it's just for this year.
Yes.
So we
it
get
is
to get
year
to LA
round.
this year if we
Yes.
need to do that. But it's included with massages, sleep masks, robes, and more for a fabulous weekend at the Pink Palace.
Excellent.
I mean, yeah.
How much is it to get for that?
And if Shelley Long isn't there, if the Wilderness Girls aren't there, then I don't know.
Okay, here it goes. Shh, shh.
We get our transition to real life. Ah, how poetic and cinematography.
That looks like the college that they used in Van Wilder.
It's either that one or the one in PCU.
Oh.
Gutter is a tool. Oh, so is it
I
right
used
there?
to
You get
love
a quick.
that lady.
Did you see that quick right before she turned around? Tori Spelling right there.
Oh no, is that what they were saying she was in? Like, I was like,
This is like her first
Tori Spelling was in this. I was like, what?
thing ever. Yeah. And we got
Oh my
Velda.
God.
This is played by Betty Thomas.
I love the one with the short brown bob. She was the favorite.
Oh yes, she's definitely one of my favorites in the movie. But Betty Thomas, Velda, she was on Hill Street Blues, which is like this 80s type of cop show. But she only had this as her only acting credit because she basically went on to direct after this.
Okay.
So like 6 years after this, though, she did end up directing The Brady Bunch.
Look at those curls.
She's giving your curls a run for the money.
I am realizing that my curls these days have come to fruition. I always wanted to be Carrie Bradshaw and then her. Yes, don't you think my curls copper, wavy?
I can see it.
Yep.
You should rock that out as a cosplay at a Comic-Con. You could
I
definitely.
just need bangs.
You just need some bangs. You haven't
Hell
rocked bangs
no.
for a while. I always thought her friend was so mysterious because she's the novelist mother. You know, she's always talking into her recorder. I was like, who does that? Why would you do that? But yeah, back in the day, you don't have your iPad or your little voice recorder. You needed to
I always wanted one of those when I went to college.
You what?
I wanted one of those when I went to college.
You wanted a voice recorder?
Yeah.
You should have had a big old talk boy.
Oh, that'd be great.
So she spent a lot of cash, and so we're gonna find out what Craig T. Nelson does, because he needs to make a shit ton of money to support the kind of lifestyle that she has.
Does it not say?
You'll find out, but it's almost impossible compared to the type of money that she spends. Rodeo Drive.
Another Rodeo shopping montage.
We did ride bikes through Rodeo Drive when we were in LA this last time. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It's just as classy. It's just a little shorter than I expected.
Is it?
Yeah, it's only like a couple blocks. We did go down like these big fancy streets with the palm trees lining. So I felt all Hollywood-esque.
That's when you rode like 27 miles.
Yeah. Oh man, we did. We rode 17 miles around LA down to like Venice Beach, all over the place.
Forever wanted a convertible. And like a pink tan house. No, just joking.
This is a pretty solid. This is a multi-million-dollar house, even in the 80s.
Rosa?
So she went on a revenge shopping spree since her and Craig T. Nelson are splitting up.
I mean, nothing really does feel better than, there are very few things, and like going to Nordy Rack and cleaning house, that's one of our favorite experiences.
It's probably only been a few times in my life I've actually like full on splurged. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, just whatever. I'm taking this, and this.
See, I did it in reverse. Like I did it a lot when I was younger.
And now you've honed it all
and
in.
now it's like, ooh, no, that's actually my money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he should have. Why didn't he just get it all at once? He lives in the pool house.
Or when she's not home.
See, that's just a sign that they just want to see each other. They just want to find excuses to come see each other. So, like I said, Shelley Long, she was in Cheers. She's in the last 2 years of Cheers as Diane Chambers.
Was this before or after that?
This is the last. This is being filmed during the
God.
last like 2 seasons.
Can I just say, I always wanted the gymnastics room.
I mean, it's still possible.
Are you saying it's possible that
It's
dreams
possible.
can come true?
You can bust out the C.
I definitely had the side ponytail. I was a gymnast. Oh yeah.
Well, this is Jenny Lewis, who plays Hannah Neffler, the daughter. She's another child actress. She was in The Wizard with Fred Savage. Do you remember that movie?
No.
With the power glove?
No.
The power glove.
I
It's
have
so
no idea.
bad.
She looks like she'd be in the Goonies.
She could have been. She might have been one of the older girls.
Older girl.
Yeah. I think you might be right on that. She does look pretty familiar, but from the credits that I saw is that she was in The Wizard, this one, and then she went on to have a music career.
Oh.
Like it still is like, going on to this
What's
day.
her name?
She goes by the name of Rilo Kiley was the band that she was in.
Never heard of it.
So he's seen potential in her, but he always sees her just quitting everything that she does and not putting full effort into everything. So
She's spoiled.
he's turned off by it at this point.
I mean, look at that mural. I would be mad to be sleeping up against that.
I mean, the man is a muffler. He owns a muffler shop.
As a muffler.
This is not, to me, this does not equate.
Look at the mural.
does not equate to a mural over your.
Okay, I've always said that
Over
we've
your
never
bed.
had a headboard, but that is not a solution. I
That's
never once thought about a mural.
That's they had somebody like come into their house for like a week and paint that over their bed.
I love when they do it on
And
Modern Family.
They have the two of them like
So
little
great.
touching
Yeah,
hands.
angels.
Craig T. Nelson's been around for a while too. Like I said, he was in Coach. He was in Parenthood, that show Parenthood.
Somehow he never ages. I mean, yeah, a little aged.
He
in
just
this,
loses a
but
little bit. His hair gets longer in some places because in Blades of Glory back in the day with Will Ferrell.
I feel like he's golfing a little bit more. He's got a little bit more of a tan.
I mean, if I had Craig T. Nelson money, yeah.
But I mean, his wrinkles are the same. Like either A, what kind of skincare routine are you on? Or B, can I go see your esthetician? So
he also voices the dad from The Incredibles.
Oh.
So
A coupon clip.
see, if you own a muffler shop, I don't think that equates to a multi-million-dollar.
I mean,
house
it
in
depends on what
Beverly
kind
Hills?
of mufflers you're working on, I guess. Like,
I
what
don't
if you're
know.
a specialty muffler man? Like, she's driving a
Rolls-Royces?
Bentley, or is she driving a Rolls Royce? Rolls Royce, Bentley? I don't know. What if you only work on those type of mufflers? So that means you got to pay for the price.
But if you see the commercial at some point, you will at some point. He's wearing the costume, like he's the Tin Man, basically. So this is another cliche. Throwing stuff out the window. Poor lawn guy. He's just trying to do his job.
I think it's very convenient that he has.
He just keeps blowing it. He doesn't care. It's like,
Too
this
good,
is not
too
stopping my job.
good. Oh, I love her.
So this is Emily Shulman, who plays Tiffany. She was a child actor into the mid-'90s. And she was played on a CBS role, Christy, in
Look
addition to
at
some
those
other TV
bangs.
appearances. But she quit acting, and now she's a talent commercial agent.
Okay.
And she teaches acting and raising her children. So the Wilderness Girls are, they're flourishing.
Coming together. Yes.
The caviar might be too much.
I was looking for Doritos.
Of course you'd be down for some Doritos. Don't mind the ambulance right behind us.
Just seeing what's going on.
And then we have our third guest, Stella. Stella, you're here with us today too?
Make a noise.
Oh, she just wants to watch the movie. And then this was Kelly Martin. Her dad he's an out of work actor.
I'm pretty sure I went to Limited Too and got a hat like that. Like, I definitely wanted this wardrobe growing up.
I could see you rocking that hat.
Oh, heck yeah. Like the bucket hats and stuff, they were all in.
You definitely were into the bows back in the day.
I had like all the bow hanging things where you just clip it on and you go. I think they were ballerinas. I didn't dance. Like,
Oh well. But the most recent we seen her in, she was in the guest book. She's the trooper cop lady.
what?
That's her.
That's her?
Yeah, and she's done a lot of other stuff
Great
in between
show.
since then. But yeah, she's that's what she's currently in.
I mean, impeccable fashion. You're seeing that resurface again. Love these two. Quick wave and go. They're all so great. I don't know if I have a favorite.
Well, this is Heather Topper. She plays Tessa. She was she's of course the daughter of a filmmaker. She also appeared in Punky Brewster and Good Morning Bliss, which was Saved by the Bell before it was Saved by the Bell. Do you remember not Saving Miss Bliss, but Good Morning Miss Bliss?
No, but did she make a few appearances on Saved by the Bell?
No, she was only on the first season or half season of this Good Morning Miss Bliss. It had Zach Morris, Screech, Lisa Turtle,
Okay.
and then it had that girl Tessa, and I can't remember who else it was. But and then they switched it up and they kept, of course, Zach and Screech and I think
Ooh,
Lisa.
cool car. Look at that car.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, officer.
I mean, this is not their first time getting out of a ticket, I think. I mean, if you know who your daddy is, yeah, this is how I want to be announced by my kid every time anybody would walk up.
Excuse
me. You know who my daddy is? I'm like, you tell him who your daddy
would probably
is.
be like the owner
Like,
of the Mega
I'm
Sword.
this man.
No, you would list all of your greatest toys.
I'd be like, I own the Dragon Dagger. I own a PlayStation OG. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Look at that
Wait
old
for
school
it. Wait for
Lamborghini.
it. Ooh. You feel sorry for her the most.
She just wants to have a childhood, a
Her
normal.
mom, yeah.
And her mom's this weird novelist who only talks to her recorder.
A sex novelist?
I think so. Kind of like the guidance counselor from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Look at that hair.
I always thought this lady, I always kind of related to this lady because my parents had a family friend who looked like exactly like her, talked like her and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, I almost thought it was her for a while. I was
You're
convinced.
Like, did you move to Hollywood?
And I always thought this girl was the same girl from Jurassic Park who played the daughter.
I could see
Or the
that.
sister, but yeah, it's
They're not.
of course
They're
not the same, but it's quite the skirt.
Oh no, it's fabulous.
What do you think is that material? Well, what is holding that out?
Oh, I don't know, wires.
Like some. Oh, we got. I forgot to talk about the actress who played Chica, Carla Gugino. That girl back there in the black and the white. She's pretty much been in all kinds of
The
stuff.
stuck-up
She was in
bitch.
Entourage. She was in San Andreas. I'm trying to think what else she's currently in. But yeah, she's a character actress. She's in pretty much a lot of stuff for the last like 20-some years. So, and she lied to get her onto this movie about her age. Oh,
This is what it was like for my daily life, going to the uniform store and like picking out your uniforms. You're like, ooh, okay, do I do medium or large? Because the large is like a little longer. You can roll the sleeves. You can do a little bit more with the fabric.
were you fortunate to have a Harriet Winslow assist you with your uniforms?
AKA my mom.
Well, here we got Harriet Winslow. This is Harriet, like
Yeah. Oh my God.
the same time they're making Perfect Strangers when Harriet makes her first appearance, and then they do a spin-off from that appearance the next year for Family Matters.
Oh.
Because did you know that Family Matters is a
Yeah.
spin-off show from Perfect Strangers?
No. I don't
From
even know what
Balky?
Perfect Strangers is.
Yeah.
And Family Matters is the biggest one.
Mm-hmm. With Carl
What is
Winslow.
that?
I figured, okay, why didn't she just go to her tailor to begin with? That's what I
Because you
thought.
have to get like
The-
regulated
the actual
uniform, yeah.
sanctioned uniform, but you can just tailor it to your needs.
Well, I'm not really sure you can even do that, but you go and you're like, oh, I'm in this district or whatever. I go to this school, or they have a list of
So
what
you had to
have
go
do.
to like an army surplus every time?
No, it wasn't an army It wasn't an army surplus. I think it was like a Catholic supply.
So they had dedicated stores,
Yeah,
or you
for
could order
uniforms.
online or
No,
something.
There was no order online. There was no Amazon back then.
I forget, it's
You
like
couldn't
95.
Order online. You had to go to the store, and you were lucky enough if your mom could get you like 2 shirts that would last the course of the 4 years.
Uh-oh. So how long did you last in the Girl Scouts?
I think I was in Girl Scouts. I'm gonna say a solid 4th grade. Ooh, yeah, look at that jacket. I'm gonna say 4th grade.
Yeah, the 1 year 4th
I think
grade.
that was what it was, because we were Christmas caroling, and I know I went to camp, so I had to be old enough to go to camp for a week by myself, and I hated
This is
it.
the infamous glove.
That was for Christmas caroling, yeah. Yeah, we were Christmas caroling with my troop in my friend's neighborhood, and I lost my glove on a cold December night, and nobody helped me, so I quit the Girl Scout. It was
Well, they
really-
wouldn't wait for you. You were trying to look for your glove.
Yeah,
and-
they wouldn't wait. They wouldn't help. I was like, what is this bullshit? Like, it's supposed to be Girl Scouts, man. So, that was I quit the group.
Yeah.
I quit. That was my demise.
Hey, you can't take that. You can't take that nonsense.
Uh-uh.
Although she's got the Monopoly guy cigarette going in the middle of the gymnasium.
She looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, a little embellishing made that uniform go to drab from bad.
They should have turned this whole thing from selling cookies to her creating like a whole fashion line, turning the Girl Scouts
Maybe
fashion into a whole
that's
thing.
The reboot.
There you go. The reboot is not selling cookies, but it's rebooting the fashion line for the Girl Scouts uniforms. Because pretty much what they did, like, oh, here we go. Here's that commercial.
Mufflers.
That store is like a run of the mill muffler store, and he is in a Tin Man costume.
You're right.
You expect that man to go home to this
Well, wait,
mansion?
doesn't she come for money?
There's no mention of it.
I thought her mom makes an appearance and she comes for money.
Possibly. But
We'll
the thing
see.
is, he makes a reference multiple times that he's like, as soon as this divorce is going over, you're not going to be spending any kind of money like this.
Is this his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. His realtor girlfriend.
I also feel like this is the same bedroom as Clueless.
More than likely. I mean, that's a pleather outfit, you want to call it?
I have no idea.
So still interested, still jealous of any other woman who would come in to see her current ex. Did you watch the Brady Bunch movies?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I did.
the ones that came out in the
Did they
mid
go to
'90s.
Disney and stuff?
What's that?
Did they go to Disney?
No, they went to Hawaii.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, I think Shelley Long is really good with comedy. I'm just surprised that she didn't.
What did she do
roll
more
into
of?
more stuff? Mm-hmm.
What did she do more of?
I don't
Drama?
know. I think it's more like kind of bit character actor. Like she'll come in for an episode or two or in some shows, but never, to my knowledge, I probably should have done some more research on her, but probably to my knowledge, she has not been anything prevalent since then. I mean, but she's living off that Cheers money. She did well for herself early on. She didn't
Hey.
have to keep acting.
Or entrepreneur.
Yeah. The white mink coat on a night outing. This kind of looks like our packing when we go
Yeah, I'd say that's
for 2
about
nights.
accurate.
One night out.
1 night, 24 hours.
It's like, oh, we're just gonna take the teardrop out. Let's just pack
Probably
only
just an
3/4
afternoon at
of our
Chatfield
apartment.
really is what
Let's
that
just
looks
do
like.
that.
Yeah.
They're all ready. They got
The
a
bus,
moving truck
yeah.
back there. Oh my god.
So great. And so the movie begins.
Ooh, the lion sleeps tonight.
I mean, and The Lion King was like my favorite movie.
The Lion King, The
so-
Sandlot. What I'm trying to think of other movies we heard this song in. But it was performed by Solomon Linda back in the day. But it's the Tokens who made it super popular in the 60s. Oh, look at that Mad magazine. Did you ever read Mad magazine?
No, but I just saw that she was reading a Psychology Today.
We got a Vogue and a Cosmo.
Fitting for their personality.
Oh yes. Having fun. These girls are very knowledgeable. Above the fire line.
They're good education.
Yeah. That's true.
Ooh, we gotta do that in our next
Fondue
camping
al
trip.
fresco. Well, we might have to do that. We do have some strawberries.
Yeah. Ooh.
So were they all going to sleep under that one little tent over there?
They can fit. They're like 12.
But where's the enclosure? How are they? I just don't see it.
And she
Oh, she goes down for the couch.
got the
yeah. See, she's got a lot of good.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah, a lot of slapstick, a lot of a lot of body comedy.
Oh my god. I love the collar. What's that in the collar? What's that called?
With the Texas tie.
And now they all feel sorry for her.
Kumbaya. That's all she wanted. She just wanted to sing Kumbaya.
I don't think we've ever seen Kumbaya on a camping trip.
It's going to have to start a new tradition, I guess.
I did used to bring heels to the beach, though.
You used to bring what?
Like heels to the beach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd walk on the beach with heels?
Well, no, but like go out to eat and stuff.
How old were you when you did that?
Like in high school. No outlets.
She's just so oblivious to, the standards that the Wilderness Girls has set.
Which, I mean, your own troop is your own troop. If you do the badges, who cares?
I mean, if you can create your own, because they have that little book where she's drawing the new badges. So yeah, do what you want as long as they learn something.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Oh yeah, girl, tell that. I'm horrible at telling ghost stories. We listened to Spooked. Shout out to that podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Road trips. That means we got to go on a road trip.
Scare ourselves at night on road trips.
Or in a hot tub.
Where did we do that the worst one night?
At the hot tub up in Estes Park.
Oh,
we were like
we had
surrounded
turned it off
by the
because
woods.
I kept thinking there was an animal behind us
it was
too.
just you and I. And like I think it was like a 20-yard jaunt to the house.
No,
right?
it wasn't. But our backs were like to open. Like there's like a rock, like little cliff right behind us.
We
like,
couldn't see anything.
Like if a cougar was just standing up there, we would had no idea. Essentially, so yeah, that was when we were freaking ourselves out. We're like, okay, maybe we should not listen to the Spooked.
But check it out if you like ghost stories.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told like a really good ghost story. There was like this one like.
I mean, you can make one up. They don't have to be real.
You can make one up, yes. I guess the only one we knew of was like this. God, what was it called? Jack, like something caboose, something Jack. It's some train story at our camp outside of Emporia. That this guy got killed inside of this train caboose or whatever, and it was haunted. So whenever you walk by, you could see his dead body or something like that walking around.
Ooh,
yeah.
Creepy.
I just told like a terrible version of it, but that's essentially was what it was.
Well, it's always scary when we're younger. wait for it.
Oh wait, yeah. But you said ladies still want the perm.
Perms are coming back. It's true.
But you said the smell isn't as bad.
No, it still hits the nostrils. Like, it definitely still smells, for sure.
And what is it? Is this all the chemicals that's
Yeah, you chemically alter the texture of your hair.
So a perm is essentially you just like curling the shit out of your hair?
So you take the perm rod, you take wet hair and you wrap it around the perm rod, and then you put the solution all over it, and that solution chemically alters the texture of the hair. So when you remove the perm rod, it's in the shape of the perm rod.
Just stays there.
So
for how long? So how long is a perm usually guaranteed for?
I mean, until it like relaxes and then it grows. New growth is not permed as it grows in.
Okay. Well, this is definitely a tradition of mine, watching Pee-wee's Playhouse. Did you ever watch it?
Nope, not that I remember.
No?
Mm-mm. I always loved this part. I'm your mom.
It's fabulous.
I definitely stuffed my bra.
Okay, so we got Velda making an appearance, but look who runs right by.
Who?
Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon.
Which is?
They are two Mouseketeers from Disney, but turned into like 1950s, like kind of like iconic singing couple.
Okay.
Kind of like the Sonny and Cher before Sonny and Cher.
Oh, did Sonny and Cher rip them off?
No, not really, but they were
What
like the
about
power couple.
Danny Osmond?
Kind of like them, yes.
Okay.
Because like Frankie and Annette, they would do like these surfing movies and stuff like that, and they'd all like, sing in them, and then have all these soundtracks and stuff. So they were pretty popular for a long time, up until like, I would say this is probably the apex of their popularity, like late 80s, and then it just faded.
Yeah.
Maybe until they made an appearance in that one Full House episode.
In the prime of it, or in the Fuller House?
I think that's like they're on their downfall at that point. Has the room service shown up yet?
I went to Girl Scout camp once. I hated it so much I cried. I called my mom like 3 days into it to come pick me up. There were so many bugs. I scooted all of my shit into the inside because it was like those tents with the leather
little A-frame tent.
Yeah, and there were so many daddy long legs you would not believe crawling in the inside on the. You would hate it.
How old was this? 4th grade still?
I mean, like pretty much it was that, and then the Christmas, and that was it. Like I was done. Like I forget what's after brownie. It's the green one, the junior brown. I forget what it was, but no way.
Why were they putting you through all that, babe?
I cried and cried and cried.
On the phone with your mom?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I probably wrote like angry letters as well.
Oh, man. I hope she kept them. I got to see
You'll
these.
have to ask her next time.
So you had that true, like, went away from camp, hated it,
Oh,
like
it's
sent
awful.
letters home, like
was
the
awful.
true, like, yeah, that's like heavyweights, like, they're keeping all their letters
Yeah.
from going home, that kind of thing.
I was probably in like 5th grade when I quit, because then we went to Girl Scout camp again, and we stayed in a cabin, and that was much better.
No,
It was like
not as many daddy
like a
long
brick
legs.
cabin. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Annie Herman right there,
Love her.
she was on Saturday Night Live.
As a cast member?
Yeah, for a little bit back in the I think it was like the early 80s.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. She is if you recognize her voice a little bit, she is the voice of Arnold from Hey Arnold.
Wait, what? Arnold's a girl?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to listen a little more closely. Those drapes.
Well, maybe she's just on Hey Arnold. Sorry, I misread that.
I'm like, no way. Hey, rompers were always
And the
in.
Animaniacs and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Boston Legal, General Hospital. So she's another solid character actress. Craft Day. Did you guys have Craft Day?
I would love it now. I probably was such a jerk
You
when I
would.
was younger. That's like everything I want right now. Oh, this girl. What a jerk. Mm-hmm. And then the next girl next to her has like gray hair already.
Tori Spelling.
Wait, that's Tori Spelling?
That's Tori Spelling right there.
Right there?
Right there.
She's got gray hair already.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. I didn't know that was Tori Spelling.
This is pre 90210. That's
Botox,
it. I think. What else is she in?
Reality show.
I think her uncle or dad is Aaron Spelling. who's
But she didn't get a dime.
the producer of all these great shows. Fashion show at lunch.
Love this. Just wait for it. Wait for it.
Pop it out. See, that's what you need. I mean, it's a pretty
like, "Where are
solid
you from?"
invention.
I think it's genius.
I'd take it to Shark Tank.
I mean, think about what you could put on there: towels, trash bags. Like,
So
it's the concept. They just chose to put clothes.
that just real quick, that redheaded woman who was who was laughing in the front. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's another character actress. There's a lot of them actually on this in this movie. Her name is Patricia. Patricia is how it's spelled. Darbo. She was in like Babe, House Arrest, The Burbs, Space Invaders, Dutch, Step by Step, and you'll like this one, Ghost Dad.
Okay, so my coworker just got me a green beret from Paris. I have to wear
Now
it.
you have to wear it. You got the curls and the green beret. Maybe Sheldon can send out your old Brownies uniform.
I think I have some black and white pants like that.
relive the dream. Oh, those old cordless phones. Could throw them through a window. Now, this is always impressive to me.
But this is also not very Girl Scouty.
Oh, of course not. But the way she does this in one slap. I always wanted to make a book into a camera after seeing this.
Yeah, I would agree. Very noticeable.
Yeah, not very cognito.
Wow. Also very noticeable.
So if anybody would happen to give you a hug or walk within 3 feet of you,
One.
it might as well just highlight all that with the yellow highlighter.
Like, yo, she's walking in and spying.
Her face.
I feel you, sister. Jars are hard to open.
Yeah, those mayonnaise jars will get you.
Keep breathing. Exhale. Inhale.
He's over there doing Tai Chi. He should be practicing his lines for that next commercial for the Muffler Man.
His yin yoga.
That yoga tonight was great.
It was excellent.
My legs have never felt better.
Shout out to Gabby.
Shout out. And so this is like the beauty of a marriage. She doesn't have to say a word. He doesn't have to say a word. He knows exactly what she needs.
I mean, I think that's just like basic human
This is
language.
the beauty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Non-verbal communication.
If a stranger were to hand you a jar, you would open it or look at it.
What if they're like offering you strawberry jelly?
That would be delicious.
And you just open it and give it back to them and close the door.
We gotta find some local jam this
Like some slap of the
season.
bass jam. I slap of the bass.
A slap of the bass?
Or like strawberry jams.
But no, like at a local market.
Oh, but we can also find some slap of the bass at some local markets.
You gotta bring it, babe. Just like that.
What'd you say about my troop?
Her hat always reminded me of the Steak and Shake hats, and it makes me always want Steak and Shake.
We missed the opportunity tonight. Remember, where did we drive by?
It was right there by the trailer where we parked
that's
the trailer.
where it was. You missed out on your fries.
We'll go next week. You're cool. Losers are cool. I'd be like, what the fuck does crackerjack mean, man?
Yeah, make up their own patches. That was the whole thing in that book. Just create some cool patches. Even though I think divorce court is one of them. I don't know if that should be considered a patch.
Wait, what?
In
the movie?
Yeah. At one point, she does rock out a divorce court one. So they start out with like the standard patches, and then she starts getting a little off the wall. But I think it's something that the wilderness lady should embrace, because this is a different aspect of life that she's teaching them. Like, yeah, they can learn about the wilderness stuff, but this is like, they're at least learning something, I guess.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Self-love.
Learning how to treat yourself. Yeah.
We should probably get a pedicure before we're on our feet a lot this season.
Just to set the tone for the summer.
Set the tone.
A little
Relax.
pedicure. I'll just shave when I get home. Another 80s, 90s cliche. The woman working in the spa who does the ripping of the wax is always the big, bulky Bulgarian woman. For some reason.
Very true. Oh, I love her.
She's teaching them how to. She's in the background taking those pictures. Click, click.
And then
click,
she
click.
realizes it's so fun. She's a great dancer.
Oh, I've definitely busted out a few of these moves.
Twist and
I
shout.
mean, it is wedding season, so I might have to bust out a few. I like that one.
I love that one. And she does it like on carpet.
But my favorite would be the Freddy.
Which one's that one?
Where you waving your arms.
And that's a dance.
Yeah, she's going to rock it out here in a second. And I've definitely busted out like more often than I should. Here we go. Here we go. Do the Freddy.
That's your favorite?
I love it.
Out of this movie or in life?
I mean, I would just say this movie.
Okay. I was going to say, that's a weird one for your favorite out of life. Okay. I've been hearing some people talk about this. I believe we should go take CPR class and a Heimlich class. I used to know how to do it. I feel like it's a very important thing.
Yeah, it is. Last time I took that was high school.
Yeah, so
for
I could use like a refresher.
So like 2003.
Yeah. So maybe we could YouTube that one after.
I'm sure they've updated a few things since then.
I went to the hospital and took a course to babysit my neighbors.
That's true. So it's been a while, so we need to update ourselves.
And I almost choked the other day.
That's true. I would just punch you in the chest. I don't know what I would have done.
I think you were. Oh no, this was at work. Heidi was gonna throw me over the chair.
At least you weren't alone.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you can't be in a Girl Scouts without community service, helping the elderly.
Yeah.
Did you have to do any of that either?
I mean, we did, but I don't remember what my community service was. I always had to do community service for school, so it was just like all like tied
kind
in,
of blended together.
Yeah.
What are these girls doing with the penthouse? They're like 12.
Yeah. How did they get
it? Do the Freddy. I mean, it's a catchy song and it's a catchy dance.
When did it come out? Like the 50s?
Probably. Uh-oh, we got to run away.
Yeah.
We got to run away.
The guy, he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
She keeps dancing. Do the Freddy. Oh, here's the divorce court.
Oh, yeah. It's like law or something.
No law. She just literally puts divorce court with a house split. It was inspirational. So Van Runkle is the costume designer.
Oh. Shout out.
Nice shout out to there. Kissing up to the judge is always a good start to a divorce hearing.
Might as well.
So one dad's a lawyer, one dad's the defendant.
I always like their last names, Neffler.
Craig T. Nelson's in a hurry. Never go to Reno, girls. Oh, so soon. Remarrying
What?
is tough.
I don't know.
Especially if you're not even divorced yet. Craig T. Nelson's in a hurry.
That was the dagger and the turn.
Yeah, because she's kind of been playing this whole game of what if, could we kind of make it come work kind of a thing.
She does look fabulous, though.
Yeah, she dresses to the nines all the time. I'll hand it to her.
I forget how they end.
Oh, she gets all mad at him because he
Oh, that's right.
he says something that he doesn't think he said to her.
11 years. I use that line quite a bit.
Let's just go on this big shopping spree for all of us. So here it goes. Yeah. So there's the divorce court patch.
Creative patch.
But when she does give them their actual patches, she gets pretty creative with a couple of them.
I believe that was the line that started my Target addiction with my mom back in the day.
What was that?
I need some jewelry.
It's the 80s, so it's some casual Native American culture appropriation.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal.
I do want some turquoise jewelry, though. It's so beautiful. It's always so expensive, though.
Down to what, New Mexico? Go grab some?
Ooh, maybe we could do it for like a gift. You can get me some good turquoise jewelry.
Some turquoise jewelry.
On our next camping trip, babe. New Mexico.
Down to Taos.
They've got great jewelry.
So she's upset because $7.50 or $750.
It's expensive.
I mean, her dad is the out of work actor. He could just do porn.
I think it's $750.
It's a lot.
Yeah. What was it?
But I think the girl gives her like a 10 or something here.
Will you stop? Great pants.
She looks like a member of the Village People. Yeah, you're gonna have to start rocking that beret.
Mm-hmm. I know. I had to have like a hair
get
down
some bangs
day.
out there.
Oh hell no! I cut one bang the other day and I hated it. I had to pull it back.
Your Superman bang?
Do not cut your own bangs. Coming from a hairstylist, I cut my own bangs. Do not do it. But they all have bangs and they look great. I love this analogy.
She's like, let me tell you about this girl I know.
She went to pay for them? Her credit card in half.
Remember we talked about that the other day? Did they ever really do that? Or is that something
No.
like movies and TV?
That's something bad dreams are made of. I did have a dream the other night that my paycheck was $32.
That's true.
That was a
You did
nightmare.
wake up pretty worried.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
You woke up and saw a ghost.
That's true. I did have a ghost encounter in my
That's
sleep.
your ghost story.
Oh, man. That was intense.
Mm-hmm. Do you still remember the dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like vividly. It's crazy. For
I
those
thought he
wanting
was
to
dying.
know, I was sleeping the other night, and in my dream, I'm in like this kind of house. It's like the Shining house. I'm like, oh, or a Shining hotel. And this guy's talking to me. He's like, oh, this place is haunted, you know? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. And he walks away, and then I'm by myself in the hallway, and I turn around, and all of a sudden this lady disappears out of nowhere, and she's like looking me dead in my eyes,
Did
smiling.
she like, go through you?
No, but she was like walking like by me to my right, and I was looking at her the whole time, just stunned. And then as she like walked by me, she disappeared into the wall, and then I just started going. But then as I was thinking, I was doing that in my sleep. I was doing it in real life, and so Sarah wakes up just like abruptly, starts shaking me, making sure I'm not dying. So that was and like I said, it's weird that I still remember that.
I know.
That
Usually
dream.
they fade away.
Yeah,
That's so
usually they go
good.
away. That one stuck around.
Oh, that was so funny.
And you kept holding on. You're like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm fine. It's just a dream. Going to bed. Oh, listen to these patches.
I love it. The shopping patch.
The jewelry appraisal.
I love it. Hey, whatever, girls. That's your interest.
Look at that Pops, that sweet shirt.
Gives her $100.
Yeah. Bribery. Here we go. Crush a revolution. Their mom's so proud.
Oh, that's so great. How to launder money.
This total stranger.
That's you, Carlos.
The sushi appreciation patch.
Gardening with
That
glamour.
would be you, babe. Gardening with glamour.
Ah! And she goes. Woo!
No problem goes to get her purse.
Or wintergreen always. Although I do love a butterscotch.
I've never
that's
had a
more like a
butterscotch lifesaver.
well, that's a
I can't
candy.
say that sounds great. Now, was there a Velda in your Girl Scouts?
I mean, was there a Velda on your sports teams? There's always somebody on there that, like, you know.
Touche, yeah. There's always that one asshole coach or person
Yeah.
who takes it too seriously,
Or
I
that
guess.
just like, yeah. Just doesn't quite gel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a large group of people getting together.
Because, I mean, with most of those things, there's always, like, you know, the moms helping out. So they all kind of have similar personalities. But there's maybe always that one mom who's
You
like
had
the
that
alpha
troop
mom.
leader. All the other moms dropped you off.
That's true. That's true.
Wrong. I
And
love when they
Velda,
get to the
she
games.
keeps holding over her head this whole working at Kmart too. Clean up on aisle 17.
I forgot all about that.
She's like, "Oh, you're gonna quit? Well, going back to Kmart.
Yeah, I gotta bust out the green beret.
Blue light special."
Maybe I can get my hair to look good down tomorrow. I can wear it.
Now she's got to live with her for a few weeks. I don't know. Even though Annie's a nice person, I still kind of suspect she's a murderer.
Just by her voice.
Just by her voice, her demeanor,
her
pretty much everything
eyes.
about her.
I mean, she's in the Girl Scouts. You trust.
It's true, but it's different with Boy Scouts because I can't quite trust all the adults in Boy Scouts.
This is true.
This is Chica. Oh, classic passive aggressive. Oh, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't have come.
I did always feel bad for her.
Oh, yes, they did. And I guess the cool thing I liked about the movie is it was kind of a cool angle to see how these girls, like, you know, their real lives. Like one girl has an out of work acting dad. One girl's parents a surgeon. This one's got parents who travel all over the world because their families are rich, but they live these weird, unique, eclectic lives compared to what like a normal Midwestern Girl Scout would be.
Is that a burrito or a cake?
I think it's a burrito. I hope it is.
Yeah, I like how they are diverse. Here she goes. You.
Is that where you get yours?
Maybe. I get a lot from these movies. I talk fast via Gilmore Girls. Here we go. Cookies in the morning.
Do you know what that quote is referencing from?
What?
I love the smell of cookies in the morning.
Well, what is it referencing from?
It's from the.
Ooh, that just opened.
It's from Apocalypse Now, where Robert Duvall's soldier character, he's famously said, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning."
Oh.
And so that quote has been like
used widely
in different ways for years since then.
My doc.
Well, speaking of cookies, just want to give a little history of Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh, what's your favorite first all?
Well, first off, real quick, 1917 was when I first started selling Girl Scout cookies. And then since
two
then...
times? What, do they only have one or two kinds?
They only had a couple kinds back then. They had like local bakeries that would make them for them. Before long, they'd kind of had their own setup and everything. But ever since then, the revenue from Girl Scout cookies has been around $700 million
annually
since 1999.
Woo!
On sales of 200 million boxes at $3.50 per. Actually, it's gone up to $4 now.
I was gonna say that shit is like $5 now. So
they're running.
What are they doing in Denver? Inflation?
Running the show. Yeah, so for each box sold, 75% of the money goes to local council, while 25% goes back to the bakeries.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so of the millions of boxes sold every year, the breakdown. So the number 5 most popular is the shortbread. 63 million is the portion.
Love the shortbread. Is that you're not saying the correct names.
The trefoils. How you say it?
The
trefoils?
Yeah, sure.
Trefoil? I don't know.
Truffles? Yeah.
Truffles?
No, not truffles.
No.
Trefoils?
Just call them shortbread because
we'll
we're
call them the shortbread.
butchering that name.
That's why you didn't say the real
The
name.
fourth one is the peanut butter sandwiches.
But what's that one's real name?
The Doozy Doos,
Yeah,
the Savannahs.
Yeah.
So 71 million. And then we got the Tagalongs.
Ooh.
Those are 91 million. Number 2, what do you think is?
Samoas.
There you go. Samoa's at 133 million.
Ooh.
And number 1
is your man, the Thin Mint.
The Thin Mints at 175 million.
Gross. My favorite is the Samoa and the shortbread.
I am all about the Thin Mints, and the s'mores is my
I guess
now
I
new
called
favorite.
it the butter cookie is what I called it when I was younger.
That's true. We just missed it. We saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar make a quick appearance,
that
former
was him.
L.A. Laker. But
Very.
ever since the 70s, he was like in the Airplane. He was in this movie. I'm trying to think. He was in Bruce Lee movie.
Does he still act?
Somewhat. But he just made a lot of cameos since he was an LA legend back in the
We
day.
also just missed the snake of the devil. That is not a very Girl Scout thing to do, is encroach on other people's territory.
That's true. Velda and them totally encroached on their territory. And now Annie is done.
It's not a Girl Scout thing to do.
Yeah, she's done with it. She's like, they took over their territory. She just like completely went out. Is that an unwritten rule in Girl Scouts?
Yeah, because that's your neighborhood.
One of these parents has a great idea. Why don't they just buy up, 10 times the amount?
It's about the principle.
I know it's not, but who cares at this point?
They do. See?
I know it misses the point, but we're trying to get back at Velda. That's the point.
She's trying to do it with a moral compass, okay?
Yes. I guess. That's always a running bit too. Whenever somebody's hosting an event and they had to walk away for a second, like, "Oh, will you take over?" And the next person always walks, like Garth. He's like,
I think that only happens in the movies. Like anybody
Yeah, that's what I'm
hosting
saying.
an
These are
event,
cliches that
yeah.
that you see all the time. She just talked about the condo. He goes from a multi-million-dollar mansion to a condo.
I think that sounds great. Cut your bills in half.
Is he gonna sell the mansion?
No, she gets it.
What?
She gets the mansion in the divorce.
And I would just live in the pool house if I were him.
He has been living in the pool house but wants to get married. So that's why he is moving out.
Oh, this is where he F's up here.
Ooh.
She'll always be my wife. Oh, I couldn't have said that. Classic quick denial. Ooh. This is a sweet Porsche, by the way. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Wilderness girls are good time.
I memorized this whole dance growing up.
Oh man, I gotta see it sometime.
Ooh, yeah, that was my move right there. Boop.
That was your move right there.
That's all I could do.
What about the Tina Turner?
I did have a Tina Turner wig.
This is a song that I would literally put on a Spotify playlist and get down on.
Time, it's cookie time, it's cookie time. Cookie time.
Yeah, they should just put this on
Get it,
an
girl.
LP and sing it and sell it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I downloaded it from YouTube when you couldn't back then.
Okay,
You know, you made like that mix and then you burned it on a
that's
CD
true.
somehow.
It's gonna
like,
happen.
Ooh, girl.
See, you can hit those notes.
I tried. Cookies, cigars, cigarettes, cookies.
We prefer Visa. See, it's a groovy tune.
Babe, why do you think I sing it all the time?
Oh, I definitely I belted out some cookie time in my day.
Yeah, yeah.
Every cookie's autographed. That's awesome.
I mean, why not? That's up.
What are they saying?
Cheap at even the price.
And then what are they singing?
Buy some.
Oh, okay. Right outside the workout.
Yeah.
That's like the modern version of that is outside the dispensaries.
Oh yes, here in Colorado.
Yeah. Fucking Robin Lynch here. From Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
This guy?
Oh yeah, you remember him? Remember that show?
Yeah.
That's him. He was the host.
That was a great show.
Yeah. Have you heard of anything else he's done since then?
No.
Exactly. Robin Leach has not
he
done
looks
anything
old
since
now.
then. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams is his catchphrase. So it's basically another way of a status symbol for this party. If you could get Robin Leach to host your backyard little gala, that's just kind of like, because this is what Beverly Hills does. They show off the kind of extravagance that they could do.
Yeah, I'm currently reading Crazy Rich Asian series. It's pretty good. Very extravagant.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Her cape is cool.
Chica looked like she was like a Russian recruit with her little red beret.
I just noticed her feathers. Look how long her feathers are.
Those are fabulous. Like,
Oh my
those
god,
are like some
they're
peacock.
so great. They go back like 4 feet behind her.
Man, Robin
those
Leach
feathers.
rocking that mullet.
Who is he?
He all he did was just host that
Commentary?
show. It's just like talk about. Basically, it was a Cribs before Cribs for like rich people.
Yeah.
Velda, she's got the Purple Heart hanging from her side there, which is like an actual military like award, not.
I wonder if she
not
got
for
it though.
Girl Scouts.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe her husband was awarded it and she wears it in his honor, but it's just funny that she wears it like that. That is quite the outfit.
I love it. I was just mesmerized.
That gold ensemble.
Yes.
That's something you see like Melania Trump walking around in.
I loved it. Compared to that one?
I mean,
Very
that's pretty
appropriate for
solid
Easter.
too. All of her dresses are over the top, to say the least.
She really makes me want to get bangs. What do you think? But the classic case of with curls, do you straighten the bangs or do you wear them curly?
That is a classic dilemma I've faced for years.
And that what's his face?
That's the out of work actor dad. He's like, thanks for getting me this part. Like as a kid, no connection. I'm like, what is this guy doing in this movie?
I thought that was Ben Affleck's brother.
You thought that was Casey Affleck? 1989 Casey Affleck. He was probably like
he was like 3,
11 years old at the time.
Oh my gosh, her dress. I always was like, oh no.
Cheech Marin, of all people to make an appearance in a Girl Scout movie.
As in Cheech and Chong?
Cheech and Chong. Cheech
Oh.
Marin, yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it is Beverly
It
Hills.
is Beverly Hills, so it's kind of one of those, celebrities are always running amok somewhere, running about. But this is definitely high peak celebrity for Cheech, because this is like 1989. Cheech and Chong came out like I think in the late 70s, early
I feel like
80s.
the appearances are good in this.
Hmm?
The appearances. There's
Yeah,
a lot of good
a lot of 'em.
appearances.
See, now Craig T. Nelson, he's starting to come around a little bit more. He's always kind of held on a little bit until the hope that they might get back together. But now seeing her take on these basically take on the Wilderness Girls and accomplish the things, like, because he pointed out in the middle of the beginning of the movie that she was always quitting.
Shopping and spending his money.
Yeah, she was always like not doing what she's not finishing things that she started. She only just revert to shopping, which she did a few times early on with the girls. Whenever she would fail, what'd she go do? I need jewelry. But now she's following through. She's getting things done. She's got this party is basically to rub all this shit into Velda's face about how many cookies they sold.
I guess that is true. I never thought about it in the adult aspect of things.
Mm-hmm. So that's why he divorced her initially, because he's like, you don't accomplish any of the stuff that you did before.
Awful dress.
That is the worst dress of all time. She kind of looks like a bird that found a dress.
Very nice. Yep. Nice one, babe.
I mean, that's all I could think of.
They accomplished Frumpy very well.
I mean, it's just a perfect analogy of that she doesn't go to these type of things. And she's not used to dressing herself up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, representation of that.
Mm-hmm. They should have had like Bruce Willis walk out and present the check or something.
They
like
really
that.
should. They could have done it better. And we're gonna win. Uh-huh.
So I mean, it is
I
kind
like
of a
this
petty thing that she did, to throw this whole party so she could rub it in her face. I mean, she deservingly so, but to be the bigger person, she could have.
I feel like it's just something she would have done anyways, because it's just who she is. You know?
That's true. Your next stop, Kmart. She's like, yeah, right. Oh, that's a neighbor from Married with Children. What's his name?
I don't know. Google.
Dude, we're just talking about all these cameos.
It was like Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls has so many cameos.
That's true. And I was watching a couple episodes with you one time. I'm like, holy shit, there's so many people in this show. Yeah, that was Jefferson. He was Married with Children. He was Bundy's neighbor. And he played a Revenge of the Nerds movie. So now Craig T. Nelson, he's like, he's more focused on Hannah right now than he is her. She wanted him to tell her that, I want us to get back together and all this and that. Yeah, he wants joint custody of Hannah.
So, not get back together.
Well, when they're dancing, like, he kind of had that look in his eye, like, oh, you're, like, accomplishing these things that you normally don't.
Oh.
And she walks right into the pool.
This is great. Stand up.
Nobody even remotely moves.
It's going to be heavy. Like, even if you get a t-shirt wet, she's got a ton of fabric.
Probably just added a good 15 pounds to that dress.
Oh.
And it was like, of course.
Everybody knows.
Natural reaction. Look, she's got the poster of the Muffler Man back there.
But see, now her mural is done with taste. It matches the dresser, the door.
That is a pretty sweet room. She's got like dancers, ballerinas up there.
Gymnastics, actually, babe.
Think it's gymnastics?
It is gymnastics. She was on a balance beam.
With the C?
She does have the Muffler Man. What kind of stuffed animals are in the back there? Anything recognizable?
No. That one's got a hat over its face.
Yeah.
Some generic movie stuffed animals, I think.
Could have been
I see a
Chucky.
koala bear, I think, back
Yeah.
there. Oh, the poster of
yeah.
George Michael back there.
Oh, and the gymnast.
Okay.
Carrie, what was her name? Oh, gosh. The one that broke her leg.
Oh, yes. And she
Carrie
still...
Shrug?
Yeah, she still did
Is
the
it Carrie
Shruggers.
Shrug?
She still did the vault afterward. Damn, I didn't realize how tall Velda was. She walked by her. She's like 6'4".
Is beastly.
She's the Brienne of Tarth of this movie.
Is she carrying a sword in her hand?
Oh, it's definitely a nightstick of some sort. I mean, Velda is technically right. Like, you didn't...
That somebody's going to get hurt, or...
Well, because she did teach these girls certain aspects of life, but she didn't teach them the right things that they would need for this jamboree that they're about to go to.
Yeah, but I don't think anything else pertained to that, or maybe did it?
I mean, no.
Yeah?
Do you think jewelry appraisal?
No.
anything
I'm
to
talking
do-
about the other girls' patches.
What do you mean?
Like, did the other girls' patches, weren't they the same?
Sushi appreciation and
No, but like...
laundering money?
Never mind.
So no, they don't work the same.
Ooh, that is such a fake beach. Maybe she's the catalyst. I don't remember.
It's true. Maybe he should be wearing a Michigan Wolverines t-shirt because
Why?
that's what he ends up coaching. When he's coach on the show, Coach, it's for the Michigan Wolverines.
I think I'm getting Coach and Cheers mixed up.
Well, they are definitely two separate shows.
I love her Avion addiction. Look at all those bottles. How wasteful.
Huge.
Save the Earth. Today is Earth Day, I believe.
Yeah, Monday was Earth Day.
Monday.
That's Coach.
Oh, yep.
And he is a coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan State?
Nah.
Minnesota State.
Huh? Was it Minnesota? Oh, man, I always thought it was Michigan for some reason.
It's purple, Minnesota.
Well, I've been living a lie.
I hate to crush it.
Seriously. I just remember the M all the time. God, when did I think it was...
Don't you think you've had enough?
My
Look at
mind
all
is
the
blown.
Avion bottles.
Oh, it was Jerry Van Dyke, who Dick Van Dyke and Jerry Van Dyke.
Did the Michigan.
No. That was his assistant, was Jerry Van Dyke, who was on The Middle. He was
Oh, the
Frankie's
cute grandpa?
Frankie's
yeah,
dad.
I like the dad.
Mhm. Everyone needs that one friend who needs to pick their spirits up, whether they're good at it or not. Someone
Get
to
you out
attempt
of the
it.
house.
Did you say go to the outhouse?
I said get you out of the house.
They said go to the outhouse. So you talk about the strip club?
The outhouse.
That's what I thought you said.
We're not in Lawrence anymore.
When was the last time you made it there?
In college. You?
I don't think I ever went there.
What?
I think I went to the strip clubs a couple times.
All Stars.
And yeah, All Stars and those other ones. I was so broke. Going to a
I
strip
always
club
hated
was
when
like,
she did
no
this.
no way. Huh?
So I always hated when she did this.
What, her
She
speeches?
was like quitting. I was like, no, you can't do that. I cried.
Cried?
I did.
Did you see this movie in theaters?
Babe, I was a year and a half old.
2 years.
No, because it came out in March.
Okay, I forgot. I keep forgetting it was 89.
So negatory. I
But
do not believe.
maybe Shelley took you.
My mom hates movies.
She does.
Yeah.
I don't think she hates movies. She just hates all the trailers they show before movies.
And the loud noise and how long you have to sit and how uncomfortable the seats are. Pretty much everything about it.
So pretty much every aspect of the movie.
Pretty much did not drag me to see this, but I would assume that your sister may have dragged you to see this.
Maybe, but it definitely, I remember watching on VHS a lot.
I remember it on ABC Family and VHS for sure.
You guys have it on VHS.
We do?
Yeah. Your mom pointed it out on,
yes.
on Facebook. Because last time we were home, we took a picture. And I remember
That's
in that
true.
one picture, there's Troop Beverly Hills.
That's
So,
true.
all right, we got the
I
Jamboree.
forgot about it.
Another camp or like kid movie cliche.
Rite of passage.
The competition at the end of the movie.
But before you go there, can I just tell you, one of my clients today told me that she goes to camp every summer because she's a endocrinologist, so she does like the camp infirmary or whatever, and they'd have a blob.
Oh man,
They
we're
do.
at.
I was like, "Where is this camp and can I come?"
We just
Like,
need to crash it.
I was like, "Have you done the blob yet?" And
Just
she's
get
like,
in line with everybody
"No."
else. Don't even say our names. Just stand in line and get on the blob and then leave.
And she said that they have like a 6'3" guy that weighs like 250.
Yeah, you
working
gotta
it. Yeah.
you gotta recruit for a
I was
position like
oh
that.
my god. I didn't even get to ask if they had the blob before she told me that they had it. It's like, it's so great.
Yeah, that's her talking point right there. Get your damn car out of my friendship ring.
See, it's like totally not fair. I hated the red feathered, the one with the blonde hair.
Bitches. Yeah, she reminded me of the young brother from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the blonde one. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I always felt like they're
Yeah.
like the same person,
Siblings.
or brother and sister at least. But that's wrongful termination. I'll be taking that severance pay.
I think it's volunteer.
I mean, I don't see them doing anything else during the day. I'm pretty sure this was their full-time gig.
Well, I mean, for like Zelda, probably because she's maybe on the board.
But Annie, you think Annie was just like trying to make her way in?
I'm pretty sure my leaders were via volunteer. Like, whose parents wanted to do it?
I mean, shit, how much was it for you to be entered into the Girl Scouts?
I don't know. I have no idea.
At least I bet you $100.
No.
Probably
I always thought it
to
was
cover like
free.
your uniforms, like your little trips and other fees, I guess.
I have no idea. I'll have to ask my mom.
Yeah, we'll have to get some info because that'd be an interesting thing to know.
I know.
Because I was never interested in Boy Scouts, so I never my mom never presented the information to me. I
Because
never
they didn't
brought
have
it to my
basketball
mom.
courts.
And we only had a few friends who did it, and they kept it under wraps. They did a
No
good job.
Eagle Scouts in your friend
Yeah,
group?
they weren't wearing their uniforms to school or anything like that.
I'm more of a Girl Scout now than I was back then.
Yeah, you got your green thumb, and you've
Camping.
been hiking, camping.
I have pooped in a hole.
Definitely.
Yeah. TMI.
Everybody just heard that. All those out there.
Campers.
It is now on
unite.
wax. Oh yeah, using the tennis
Maybe
racket to clear
that's
some
what we
room.
should
She's like,
use.
"Oh, the backhand he's a little rusty."
We were just talking about getting rid of our tennis rackets.
And now we got to keep them now, so clear some room.
Inspiration. Jerks. See, again, another immoral thing.
Yeah, turning that. What you could lead them straight into a bear.
It's so irresponsible.
So like this reminds me of that movie Bushwhacked. You remember that with
Yeah.
Daniel Stern?
I would need to watch it again.
That one is another one we're gonna have to do. Oh, here's when the snake comes up. Oh, I'd be just as scared, if not more scared. Ooh, no thanks.
Everybody should have seen Carlos in New Mexico.
Oh man, I
Definitely
had
a scared little
the
baby
double
there.
somebody had to fear for our lives. You didn't give a shit.
I was taking it in confused.
You're just like, oh, this is so great. I'm like, oh my god, did you hear anything? I think I saw something. Did you see that over there? I was just like tapping the ground with a selfie stick and a like what else did I have? Like a walking stick and a selfie stick.
Yeah, the selfie stick was the best though.
I just kept tapping it on the ground.
We do take selfie sticks with us.
I would have done the same thing. Ooh. Has anybody you know ever been skunked before?
No. What about you?
Yes.
How? I don't even want to know this story.
It was like a friend of mine in grade school, and we were in the.
Yeah, I love this. They all went by, and then she goes by.
We were in the woods.
And they run out because of the skunk.
What?
They run out because of the skunk. So
oh, because they beat him because of the skunk beat him.
But the way
the skunk scared him.
The ways that the girls are running, they're like.
All frantically.
Okay, sorry. Go back to your story.
So we were just in the woods, and the kid got too close to skunk, so they had to. They did the whole tomato sauce or whatever on your skin.
What?
I don't think it works that well. They're trying all these remedies. Of course, this is like early 90s. So this is pre-Google. So all these moms were like, do this, do that, do that. And none of it worked.
Yes, you are.
Surprised she didn't get skunked.
Oh.
She's wearing him Davy Crockett style.
She totally does look like that guy.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw this as a kid, because this is like the same year that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids came out. And so I was like, oh, this is the same person, right? Because this is oddly very familiar.
Who did they just send out?
Oh, they sent
that's right.
the leader.
Yeah, I forgot. She goes out the last day. Sicko.
I was really hoping that she'd kill another bird on the second try too.
I like how they can't run.
Well, they can't run.
No, like getting out of the start, they can't run. They have to walk.
I think they come across that bridge or something like that.
They do come across a bridge, and then she has to get across it because then she's wearing heels.
That's right.
And she like slips, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, nice. This looks oddly familiar to like that Austin Powers dance.
They'll try hard to leave behind their credit card. What a Troop Beverly Hills. Just such good songs.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this was taped out here. Where did you see where it was taped? It's in the foothills for sure.
Oh, definitely on the outskirts of LA. On the Hollywood Mountains, probably Hollywood Hills.
Zelda, you bitch.
it's Velda.
Oh,
You kept calling her Zelda.
Same thing.
Pretty much.
Well, this is it.
As we just start tossing kids over the ravine.
I mean, somebody's got to hold on to ankles. The other person holds on to wrists.
Don't tell the elf. Oh, this was me this morning. This is me in the car. I'm like, Jesus, can I just go a full day without shit happening? I probably should have said, this really frosts my cookies.
That's your new saying.
This really frosts my cookies,
Frost
babe.
my cookies. Always look, babe.
Always. Right, Stella?
See, the funny thing is, as a person who has gone on many of hikes, like, you don't necessarily have to stand up and walk across this. You could army crawl. Like, it's that big of a log. And it looks pretty factory made, so...
Yeah, but any, like, wind or imbalance, tipping over. You're gone.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to stand on 2 feet. You can army crawl it. Unless she doesn't want to get her blouse dirty. It is a silk blouse.
I mean, it looks pretty silk to me.
It could wrinkle pretty easily.
Not a great start.
Her little kitten hill. Yoga?
Yeah, you gotta get the arms out, balance. You think you could go across? You could make it?
Yeah. No brag.
Oh man, so much tension.
I always loved those pants too because it was like a new fresh take on a pant for fashion. The ravine a couple yards down did not look that deep.
I bet if they walk like 10 yards further, it's probably like closed off and you can walk right across.
It's a parking lot.
It's just a parking lot.
Couldn't they just like go down the bottom and back up the top?
Probably.
Here it goes.
Uh-oh. Don't break the stick. Don't grab for it.
You did it. No. Oh, yep. She has a balance beam in her house.
Yeah, if you have a balance beam in your house, she should have sent her first.
She shouldn't be walking. Oh, her foot got stuck. See, that's what I'm saying. Army crawl. Nope, don't stand up.
Look at the adrenaline from the brave mother lifting the car off of her
How
child.
did she get it stuck in that one hole?
That's what I'm saying.
She got it. Oh, thank God.
Looks like a real
Yeah, it looks
real
legit.
ravine. Like they gotta make it across.
We gotta find this log.
No movie magic.
And they make it across so quickly. Look, you made it!
We did it!
Woo! We did it, babe. We have one piece of candy left.
Go for it.
Nope.
I already got sugar legs. There's no need for more.
Come on.
They better be sprinting.
Like, don't the other girls have anything to say?
Yeah, what's up with the the other teams? Hunters and trappers only. Oh. Wait. They just threw a rock across so they could tie that bridge back up?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what she told them to do.
Well-
They would have needed like the mountain from Game of Thrones to throw a rock across that for them to get that to work.
But if you go back to the previous scene, the ravine is not that big.
They could have just like gone
Yeah,
down like
yeah,
4 feet
yeah.
and climbed back up.
Like, they could have thrown it across with a rock, is what I'm trying to say.
You're dead weight. She's gonna leave her mother.
Mm-hmm. I would.
Cleo!
Dead weight.
I can get you to West Point.
Oh my gosh, what was that? It's a beast, all right. So
Gotta
great.
go help her. Ooh, that's what my ankle looked like.
Oh my God, but worse because it had so much stuff around
so
your
much
toe.
blue, black and blue around it.
Woo. Just playing ball with the high schoolers over here.
No,
but holding your own.
Playing ball in low tops is what happened.
Oh.
Rolled my ankle. The high schoolers, I pulled a fadeaway bank shot on that high schooler.
I stand corrected.
Yes, right. No, it was the low tops that got me. I'm like Kramer who beats up Kramer when he enters the karate class and he's the only adult and it's nothing but kids.
No idea.
He just beats up all the little kids. That's basically what I was doing.
I did not watch Seinfeld. You know this.
I know. You're missing out.
I don't think so. See, she's always looking for that moral high ground.
Moral dilemma. Would you take her? Or would you go win it by yourself without Velda? Or would you take Velda with you?
I'd leave her behind.
I would leave her behind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'd probably.
You know me.
I'd get that rubbing that rubbing alcohol, put it on her over her mouth, shut her down.
Whoa, you took it to a whole new level. That's what? You would kill her?
No, shut her down for a little while.
What's rubbing alcohol over her mouth?
Yeah, you ever seen that on Ace Ventura?
I'm pretty sure it's not rubbing alcohol.
Maybe it's something else.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure someone would die.
Oh yeah, and they made the was it the tourniquet? Not tourniquet, but
the irony is all on Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Good old Zelda.
What's her name?
Belda with a V.
Belda.
No, not Belda.
Glelda.
Belding.
Helda. See, drop your ass. I drop your ass. I'd be like, what loser? Okay, I just now got this, that's the dad.
I guess I never realized they were filming this either.
Oh, nice. They're disqualified.
So there's two legs to this whole thing?
What?
There's two legs?
Two legs, yes. Okay. Day 1 and a day 2. It's a weekend. But they get disqualified. I think the second leg, only the top 2 teams or 3 teams go out, maybe?
Yeah, this is kind of like heavyweights and other camp nowhere. Have their little competitions. Whatever Cleo. Ooh. Double backfire. They left her mom and it backfired against them.
Oh, yeah. They should have left her all the way back there. That's hints that they would have definitely won.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Why would they even want the trophy anymore?
Well, some people it just points out that the trophy is more important than the actual accomplishment or earning something. So that points out their characteristic flaws as people.
Did not take the moral ground. She
No,
got
they
it
did
from her
not.
mama.
Yeah, they left her own mom.
The apple did not fall far from the tree.
No, not at all. They got the shot.
Got the shot. How riveting.
Disqualify, she says.
Troop Beverly Hills.
Velda. How could she stand up? She was just down for the count.
She's minus a shoe.
See, Velda should have made a turn here. You know, she should have realized that doing the right thing is the wilderness girl way. She's been doing things wrong the whole time. Basically, she's been there.
I kind of liked that they didn't.
You like that she's
Oh, heck yeah.
bitter
Oh, yeah.
at the end?
Going
to the
out in
end.
a blaze of glory, Glilda. She reminds me of
Plender's Pilgrims.
the teacher from Matilda. That one, she never like made a turn for the better, you know?
It's true. Even though Annie had the arc, you know, she was initially on the bad side, but she realized how fun the Beverly Hills troop was, so she made her way over. We don't need no stinking trophy.
They buy their own.
See, they should have Cheech Marin come in at that point and said that. Oh, now we got all the rich parents coming in. Look at those sunglasses.
Oh, look at those hair. The perm.
I think those are the same sunglasses I've seen old people mow their lawns in.
I'm pretty sure you probably saw a hipster around here walking
Easily.
in it too, yeah. Oh, where's the dad?
Craig T. Nelson taking a break from
Is that his real name? Craig
Minnesota.
T?
What?
Craig T. Nelson is his real
Like
name.
Craig, and then the letter T, and then Nelson.
So it's just Craig Nelson.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's always been known as Craig T. Nelson.
Is it Thomas?
I don't
Terry?
know, but there's always been that T in his name.
Okay. Can we see what his middle name is?
Let's see.
What does the T stand for? He showed up. They embrace.
Let's see.
I mean, awkward reunion.
Craig Theodore Nelson.
Oh, Craig Theo. A
Theo.
teddy. We got a teddy on our hands. I was going to go for like a Thomas.
I was thinking Thomas as well.
Yeah. He looks like a Tommy.
Yeah, it's crazy that like this movie really launched a lot of careers. Craig T. Nelson went on to do Coach and other things. Shelley Long, she was just finishing Cheers, but she had a couple movies. She had a little bit of a movie career in the mid '90s, and a lot of these girls are still actresses and do other things too.
This is a great song.
2, 3, 4.
Beverly Hills is number 1, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Beverly Hills, what a thrill. Beverly Hills, what a thrill. Beverly Hills, what a thrill.
Beverly Hills.
Well, Troop Beverly Hills, we did it.
It's just as great as I remembered.
Yeah.
I'll have to whip out some old memories.
Yeah, we have to get that VHS back from your mom.
We're gonna have to find one at the thrift store.
Oh, I forgot the tag. We had Velda at Kmart here.
This is the best part.
On aisle 13.
See, that's the irony of it.
She went to Kmart. Yeah, so there's your arc for Velda. So yes, Troop Beverly Hills. So would you want it rebooted now or no?
No, I still stand by my original
Keep
statement.
it original. Keep
it
the original pure.
Some things you just can't go back.
You're
80s
right.
pure, you can't do it again.
I would do the same. I would keep it pure, but if they did reboot it, I liked our idea earlier of
Yeah.
doing the fashion maybe angle.
Was that our idea? Was that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that she would come in and instead of changing the
Oh, yeah,
cookies,
yeah.
they would
They would
change
redo it,
how
yeah.
the wilderness
Yeah.
girls looked.
Yeah, that was right.
That
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that'd be cool if they did something like that. So, but the original holds up. We had a lot of good laughs. Shelley Long can definitely, hold her own when it comes to comedy.
I'm
Craig
gonna whip
T.
out
Nelson.
my crimper.
Yeah. So a crazy 80s concept that just somehow still holds up to this day. So yeah, well, babe, always a pleasure to have you on,
Thanks for
especially for
having
your
me.
movies that I know that you will enjoy. So
Hey, if I have to do a movie commentary, might as well be one.
it might
that
as
I
well be
like.
for some awesome ones like this. So the 30-year anniversary of Troop Beverly Hills ends our long day, long day we've had today. So I'm excited to to get this episode out for people to enjoy on the 30th anniversary. So again, thank you. But everyone else, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Be Kind and Rewind podcast. Subscribe and rate the podcast on all podcast apps, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Infirmary Media Podcast Network. Also, follow the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Be Kind Rewind Pod for all of your nostalgic needs. So thanks, and be excellent to each other.
Infirmary Media.